nothing worthwhile. The recognized symbol of excellence in crappy podcasting.
Key, Florida Station of Counties, waves in opposition. Pamela Birch Fort, Florida State Conference of NAACP Branches, waves in opposition. Anita Dick is an opponent. Waves in opposition. Holden Hiscock is also an opponent. Waves in opposition. Jimmy, only Jimmy, Florida Apartment Association.
Hey, thanks for picking me up, man.
Yeah, no problem. I've been driving for like 15 hours straight, so I could use the company.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been standing in the same spot for 5.5 hours. You know they made it illegal to hitchhike in this state?
Really? Oh, that must make it really tough.
So, what's going on with you? You a salesman, or?
No, I'm nothing.
I am.
Yeah?
I'm a salesman. I'm gonna start my own company.
Really?
You want in?
Nah, I'm not, I don't really have any, money or...
You heard of this thing, the 8-minute abs?
Yeah, sure, 8-minute abs. Yeah, the exercise video. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, this is gonna blow that right out of the water. Listen to this. 7-minute abs.
Right, yes. Okay, all right. I see where you're going.
Think about it. You walk into a video store, you see 8-minute abs sitting there. There's
Right.
7-minute abs right beside it. Which one are you gonna pick, man?
I would go for the 7. Yeah, I'd go for
Bingo, man, bingo. 7-minute abs. And we guarantee just as good a workout as the 8-minute, folk.
You guarantee it? That's how do you do that?
If you're not happy with the first 7 minutes, we're gonna send you the extra minute free. See, that's it. That's our motto. That's where we're coming from. That's from A to B.
That's right. That's good. That's good. Unless, of course, somebody comes up with 6-minute abs, then you're in trouble, huh?
No, not 6. I said 7. Nobody's coming up with 6. Who works out in 6 minutes? You won't even get your heart going, not even a mouse on a wheel.
Good point.
7's
yeah.
the key number here. Think about it.
Right.
7
7,
11s?
yeah.
7 dwarfs? 7, man, that's the number. 7 chipmunks twirling on a branch, eating lots of sunflowers on my uncle's ranch. You know that old children's tale from the sea? It's like you're dreaming about gorgonzola cheese when it's clearly brie time, baby. Step into my office.
Why?
'Cause you're fucking fired.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta pee. I'm just gonna pull over.
Yo, your car seats are making me itchy, man. Are these made out of cactus? Only waiting 7 minutes total.
My name is Santino Morel. You people have shown me nothing but misrespect. So now it's my turn to have a little bit of fun. You have a big mouth, John Cena. John Cena. The honky-donkey man. The honky-donkey man. The honky-donkey man. The honky-donkey man. Rodney the Piper. Rodney the Piper. Rodney the Piper. Rodney the Piper. Golden Dust. Golden Dust. Golden Dust. Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville. Rapping singer Acorn is here. Santa Claus. The Manimal. Baptista. Look at me, huh? I'm a Baptista. I shoot the lasers from my hands like I'm a here. You see, KYJ, this is Santino Marella time. And those are the bottom lines.
It's the bottom line, not the bottom lines.
But sometimes I like to say more than one thing. Kelly. Emmy Nobels. Remastrio. Sheamus. Randy Orton. You son of a gun. Your accent is ridiculous. Mr. John Laryngitis. Mr. Todd Grishams. Hey, Kane. And Felicia. David Notanga. Hey, Rhodes. Cody-Rhodes. Mr. Snoopy the Dog. Mr. Teddy Dorlong. Mr. McMahon and the Donald. It can be called McDonald's. Fandango.
It's Fandango.
Sorry. Fandango. In Japanese, Tenzai means Fat Albert. Ben. Surf and Turfer, Rahenburger, Rottenberger, Rock and Roller, Braless Wonder. I'm sorry, I'm Italian. It's difficult for me to pronounce. Catch you on the flip side, home cheeses. Oh, cheeses? What?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan. My man is here.
I'm impressed, and I don't impress easy. Now, for this discussion, may I present 15 years undefeated, the eighth wonder of the world, 7'4", 500 pounds, Andre, whoa, the Giant.
Wait, what's going on here? Hold on, man. What are you doing with him? You guys aren't together. Come on, man. Andre, what are you doing here with Heenan? What's going on? Andre, listen, man. You can't be here with him. Don't you know what Heenan's done to me, to these people out here since you've been gone? It can't be so. Andre, listen to me. Day one, man, when I set my eyes on you, brother, you're the reason I got in professional wrestling. You were like a god to me, a role model. You can't be here with him, man. You're the one that took me all the way from nothing to the world's title. Andre, you can't be with him, man.
Let me tell you.
No, wait 1 minute. You're the one that taught me, man, about respect for the fans, about helping the kids. You're the one that taught me about good sportsmanship. You set the mold for me to follow, man. What are you doing here with him?
I'll tell you what he's doing here with me. He's sick and tired of you and what you stand for. Let me tell you something, Hogan. You're the one that for 3 years as world champion used this man. You're also the vermin that made this man. I can't tell you what I think about it. You used him, they gave him a trophy. But no, that wasn't good enough. It was a littler trophy than yours. But you had to walk out and steal that moment. You're so jealous of this man, you can't stand it. This is the man for 15 years that is undefeated. But did you ever once?
No, man, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. When I won the world title, he poured champagne over my head. It was like a bond of friendship. You're wrong, Heenan.
Did you ever once in your life offer him a championship match? You laughed behind his back.
No, Andre, listen, it's not happening. Tell me it's not so, man. Even though you came out here with him, you don't have to leave with him. It's not happening.
Take your hands off my shoulders. He's got one more thing to say to you, Hogan. Look at me when I'm talking to you. I'm here for one reason. To challenge you for a world championship match in the Wrestlemania.
Andre, please, no, it's not happening, man. We're friends. We're friends, Andre, please.
You can't believe it? Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan.
Andre, what are you doing, man? You can't leave like this, man. What are you doing, Andre? You can't cross the shirt. What's wrong with him, man? You can't leave like this.
You're bleeding.
It's not how. Andre, come back, man. You don't have to leave like this. What is he doing?
You're bleeding. Easy. Come.
Andre.
Come on.
Welcome to Nothing Worthwhile, episode number 104. On today's show, Groo's live with us here in Phoenix, Arizona. We got the week that was, and of course, perhaps our favorite show of the year. It's the Nothing Worthwhile Wrestlemania preview show. We are live from NWW Life Center in the Biltmore area of Phoenix, Arizona. Before we get to my co-host, let's bring in our very special guest host, she being the owner, the operator, the proprietor, the undisputed heavyweight med spa champion of the world, and my fiance, 32424, Marie Verdugo. Marie, welcome to Nothing Worthwhile, and let everyone know a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. So good to have Groo and Moody here today at NWW Life Center on this beautiful Thursday morning in Arizona. We actually have a full schedule today. We're going to be seeing lots of lovely, beautiful faces and handsome ones. I'm going to be working on Groo today, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Good Lord.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, so we're here at NWW Life Center. Tell everybody a little bit about what you guys do over here.
Well, we are a med spa, so we also do some general practice things here as well. We do Botox, fillers, cosmetic lasers. We do PRP for hair restoration. We even go as far as vaginal and penis rejuvenation. If it's a hot thing right now. So, and it's been hot for a while now. So, hey, hit us up if you're interested. This might get us that first phone call. We also do medical weight loss. Everything from the new hottest.
There's nothing like a good vag and peen rejuvenation. I'm excited.
Yes, we just took a real crazy left turn.
Yes, we could stay on this topic all afternoon if you like.
I don't even need this coffee anymore. I'm charged up.
Oh man,
it is a thing, guys. It is a thing. So.
Well, you mentioned working on Andrew, so let's bring him in, our resident Nothing Worthwhileologist. He is indeed sitting across this very table. Andrew Gruthius, live in Phoenix, Arizona. Groo, how are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Hey, shut up. What's your problem? Take it easy. They don't like me very much around
here. He thinks he's Fred Norris.
Hey, it's great to be here in Phoenix, Arizona. Even better to be at NWW Life Center. I'm finally seeing that this is actually a real thing. I've only heard about it through legends and myths that have been passed down through the generations, but now to be here live in this beautiful conference room here in the back. There was not enough room in the lobby. There were too many people waiting.
The couch was full.
It's real exciting to be here in Phoenix and with you guys. Always fun hanging out with Evan and Marie.
Yes.
Or Marie and Evan, the future Mr. and Mrs. Evan and Marie Verdugo / Moody.
Oh, thank you.
or
is that how the new generation does it?
I don't know. I watched the dogs and I watched how the dogs respond, and they seem to be a little afraid of you, and they run to Marie. It's been I've been here a couple days, and it's been a true pleasure.
Oh, well, I just want to say before I jump off here that the treatment that Groo will receive today will not be penis rejuvenation.
Oh, you lied to me. Why am I here in the first place?
So I would have had to warn the staff.
So
just kidding. I'm kidding. We have.
Well, I can hear the staff meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, please, today, whatever you do, today is Don't Laugh Day. Today is nobody is allowed to laugh at anything, no matter how minuscule or.
No, here's the thing. I've been friends with Andrew a long time. We've been in some intimate situations, locker rooms, changing. And he does drink a lot of Coca-Cola. So, per the article we read about China, you'd have to tarp the floor if you had to do anything because it's going to just drop and hang over on the floor.
Yeah.
He drinks a lot of Coca-Cola. Very manly man. But Groo, Marie, looking at a guy like Andrew, like myself, generally two unattractive foils. What are we going to do? Listen, Andrew and I are going to WrestleMania.
Yes,
We're going to look at a lot of men who are superior physical shape.
Yes.
No body hair.
We're going to feel real bad about ourselves and spend a lot of money because of it.
No body hair, tan, oiled. What are we going to do to make us attractive for all those dudes?
First of all, you're both attractive. What we do here is, and this is seriously one of our missions, is we enhance your natural beauty or handsomeness. So we are going to enhance Andrew or Groo and Moody today by doing a couple of things.
Wait, I need to de-hance. There's no more room for me.
All right, so what de-hancements are we going to do?
We're going to start with a treatment known as the dermaplane, which is a razor, medical grade razor that we take, and we actually dermaplane off all of the dead skin.
Okay.
And then we top that with what's known as the skin wave facial, which uses oxygen, water, serums, cleanser, exfoliation to help brighten and tighten your skin.
Okay, so Andrew, here's my question. Have you ever done anything like this? Any kind of, do anything kind of nice and relaxing or enhancing for I don't think you're much of a spa guy. I'm getting that sense.
The only thing that I could even compare it to, I actually spoke to Marie about it yesterday, is my mom had me get electrolysis before I think it was before my bar mitzvah.
In between the brows, right?
Yeah. Just had the hair, like lasered off between the eyebrows.
For those who don't know what electrolysis is the dinosaur to what we have today.
The dinosaur.
It's the laser hair reduction that was used prior to the actual lasers that we now have that are so advanced, and it doesn't hurt like it used to. I don't know if you remember. It really hurts. Yes.
Think about a hair
being
plucked, but like plucked. This is burned, burned off.
Right.
So, but it's all pain is beauty.
Yeah, it is.
And I looked really, really bloated at my bar mitzvah. But my eyebrows look great.
Hey, and that's all that matters.
You will not look bloated after your treatment today.
But that's the only cosmetic thing that I can think of that I've ever done.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to take Groo in the back room, and he's going to work with Marie and the staff. We're going to hit pause, and we're going to come back, and Groo's going to we'll talk about our experience at New U, and then we're going to move on with the show. How does that sound?
That sounds very adventurous.
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We'll see you. Well, for you, it'll be about less than a second.
2 and 2. 66 WNBC, 2 p.m. here in Arizona time. Actually, we're back. We've both been dermaplaned and skin wave facialed. Andrew's been facialed. Are we on? Good? Oh, okay. Groo, I'm hearing stuff in my headphones when you hit that button.
Those are the voices in my head.
Well, what'd you think? You've just been New U'd. How do you feel? How do you look? What do you got?
Well, first off, I'd like to change my pronouns, and I'd like to be known as Helen from this point forward. I feel good. I feel like I do feel somewhat energized. I feel like I don't know. My face feels alive. And I guess that means it felt dead before. I don't know. But definitely an interesting experience. For those of you who have pores, get them sucked. That's what I say. But it was a very nice experience. Very nice people here. It's a real, there's a real family atmosphere here. Everybody just enjoys each other's company, and it was a great experience. I feel real good, and everyone tells me I'm glowing. So after this, we have to go to CVS to get a pregnancy test.
There you go.
So we'll do that. But this is a great experience.
I
highly everybody come to New U, come to Phoenix, book your flight now. Come to New U. It'll change everything.
Good. I feel so youthful. I feel 50 again.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to go back to 50.
Groo, you want to let's get to it. You want to do let's do Nothing Worthwhile the week that was.
The week that was. There was a week, and the week was.
UU Life Center presents Nothing Worthwhile, the week that was.
All right, Nothing Worthwhile the week that was is brought to you by UU Life Center. Maintain the skin you love. Say goodbye to those skin issues with the help of their state-of-the-art laser treatments, whether that's Physique, Skin Wave, Virtual RF, Microneedling, Textra, IPL. Check out all of the state-of-their-art laser treatments at www.newlifecenters.com or give them a call at 602-274-0068. Tell them that Moody and Groo sent you and receive a big 15% off your first service. Is it going to be Bond? Jennifer Bond. Groo, Sir Roger Moore's son Jeffrey joined the pop culture fray last Thursday to declare the role of James Bond should only be played by a man. The late actor's musician's offspring said it simply wouldn't be James Bond if a woman took over the iconic role of Ian Fleming's international spy. Quote, well, then it's no longer James Bond, Moore 56 told the UK Express. I mean, she could be 006, 008, or 009. It wouldn't be the same because it's Bond. It's Fleming's Bond. It's a guy, unfortunately. Moore's father, Sir Roger Moore, died in 2017 after a long battle with cancer, played the super spy over the course of 7 films during the 70s and 80s before leaving the character behind at the age of 58 because he realized in the movies hanging around women in their early 20s might appear creepy as he approached 60 years of age.
He was ahead of his time.
The sentiment of the in favor of male-only James Bond was also echoed by actor Daniel Craig in 2021 ahead of the release of No Time to Die. Quoting Daniel Craig, why should a woman play James Bond when there should be a part just as good as James Bond but for a woman? Daniel Craig said in an interview at Radio Times. Barbara Broccoli, the iconic franchise producer, also made the statement in 2020 while talking to Variety. James Bond could be of any color, but he is a man. Groo, should James Bond be played by a dude?
Yes. It's very simple.
Thank you.
James Bond is a male character, and should be played by one. I've said this with all the other, we've talked about this before with other, superheroes or whatever, Black Superman and this. Why don't they create new characters, be creative instead of just trying to, reinvent the wheel, and call themselves diverse. Plus, who is saying that there should be a female James Bond? Like, who is the one? Like, everybody, it's this whole woke thing. It's like everybody says they're not woke, yet everybody seems to be. So you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, apparently the last movie, which I didn't see, the ending sort of implies that, from what I've read, that the Bond spy character or that position is going to be taken over by a female spy. I don't know.
Well, when it doesn't make any money, they'll go back to the regular thing. It just, create something new. Create a spin-off. Hollywood loves spin-offs, but there's no reason to do it. It's getting frustrating already. This is not art. Art is supposed to be organic, and it's not supposed to be driven in any direction other than by what the artist wants. And guess what? Ian Fleming wrote James Bond a certain way, and that's the character. Okay, are we going to have Roxanne Balboa in a new spin-off of Rocky?
Quite possibly.
No, it won't. No, it won't work because you don't have somebody replace anybody. You have a new character, and if people buy it, let them buy it. Okay, and if they don't, they'll be very clear that they don't, and you'll be able to move on. So maybe the best thing to happen is for there to be a female James Bond and for it to bomb out. So people can get the point that saying they don't have to. It doesn't make you diverse to unorganically create these things. Be creative and create new characters They did it on HBO Max for like Velma. You heard of Velma?
I've certainly read about that controversy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like they're doing it to be diverse. Don't take an old character and change her. Make a new one. You're creative. You're being paid to create, not copy other people's shit. Like that would be the Jennifer Bond thing. Like, why even name it? Like, I don't know. There's just everybody's just going nuts with this stuff. And it doesn't make any sense. It only makes it worse.
I didn't mean to bring you down, bro. Just wanted to...
Well, do you agree?
Absolutely. I'm not going to even add any more because I'll get on a rant and it won't be a productive 10 minutes. But absolutely agree.
Yeah. Now, am I going to get fired for anything I said?
No, you said nothing wrong. Hey, Groo, do you ever wonder whatever happened to the Howard Stern rest stop?
Was that the thing? Was that the one that Christy Todd Whitman named... during for the 2 minutes that Stern was supporting Republican candidates?
Very funny you mentioned that. Let's take a clip from 1995, Howard Stern getting a highway rest stop named after him.
That's Whitman, right?
Yes. Sound okay?
Yeah. Well, all those sound bites that Fred was playing in there, the only one that was going through my head was this one.
That's the classic Marianne from Brooklyn crow.
Yeah.
Well, the story behind the rest stop Groo and its closure is both weird and wonderful. As Andrew mentioned, 1993 gubernatorial candidate Christy Todd Whitman promised the legendary radio show host a rest stop in his honor in return for his support. It has been widely reported by newspapers, bloggers, and locals that following the placement of the Stern plaque came a wave of promiscuity, so much, in fact, that the bathrooms had to be closed down and replaced with porta potties. And that, this didn't stop the fooling around either. And in 2003, Governor Jim McGreevey closed the rest stop. The official reason was based in finances and balancing the budget, but there are still many people who chalk up the closure to many raunchy rendezvous. The Howard Stern rest stop has been closed for over a decade. I do have a couple of pictures on my notes. It's like really dilapidated. And then it says the front of the building looks derelict enough to pass for just another abandoned suburban architecture. Unfortunately, the sign depicting the character of Stern is no longer there. It has since been stolen or vanished into obscurity, just like the rest stop itself. Groo, fun piece of Howard trivia. The good old rest stop from the 90s, much like Howard's career, is gone.
So the Howard Stern rest area was shut down because it was getting too raunchy.
That was actually the article.
They were ahead of their time, I would say. Look, it was really cool when it happened. We were definitely enjoying.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Stuff. That was a great time to be a Stern fan, without a doubt.
Did you ever drive by or use the
I've
Howard
seen
Stern
it.
rest stop?
I didn't use it. I've seen it, or I've seen the sign, but obviously not in the last decade or so. It's too bad that you know what? I don't even forget Howard Stern for a second. Why would they let real estate like that go to waste? Why would they, it doesn't make sense. It's like, I don't know. I get these ideas in my head that, like, when I see like abandoned buildings, or I see it, like, why doesn't sound like people could live there?
They could,
like I don't understand the idea of a country where we have homeless people, but we also have a lot of abandoned land and abandoned stuff that nobody uses. So it's annoying to think about that building is just sitting there, growing mold. And then you put the Howard Stern part of it in. You would think Howard himself would be like, what the fuck?
Well, please. I don't think Howard's advocating for homeless.
Well, not now, but
soon.
But when they shut it down, was he vocal about it at all?
No, I don't think he even mentioned it because probably he might even see it as a little bit of a stain. It's fallen off to the wayside. You're very fired up political this morning. Everything okay?
Am I?
Yeah. Did you have your Wheaties, your vitamins?
Why am I political?
I'm
talking about Howard Stern.
I'm only playing. I just saw that
after look, my pores got sucked, and I'm seeing things very clearly.
There you go. There's a website called Weird New Jersey. I did a search for Howard. This came up. I thought, hey, it might be fun to take a look back at the Howard Stern rest stop. Though I do remember being very excited as a Stern fan when this was announced. Like, this was cool.
Well, you bring up a point where,
if I may add one other thing,
Yeah.
The great part about it was Howard was so transparent. It was like, whoever could do the most for me is going to get my support.
Yep.
And I'll go on air and tout them. He didn't really care about the issues. He just cared about, who was going to support me and help my cause. And that's kind of refreshing.
Howard invented the quid pro quo. He really did. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, look, tit for tat is a tale as old as time, but he was always like that. In fact, it's funny when I hear him bash like Donald Trump. As much as I despise Trump, it's got nothing to do with that. It's funny to hear him bash him because his beef with Trump is that any time somebody says something bad about Trump goes off. That was Howard.
Yeah.
Howard, somebody like badmouthed him in any way, they became their enemy. Just look at the Van Halen saga. That tells everything you need to know about Howard Stern and quid pro quos.
Are you referencing my David Lee Roth comments to you or earlier?
No, had nothing to do with it. I just remembered how, when...
Like if David Lee Roth was in studio,
right,
he was a big...
He was the real Van Halen. Then the next week when Sammy came in, Sammy was the real Van Halen, And at that point in Stern's career, he was acknowledging that. He was joking about it. But at the same time, he would start wars with people like who he heard said something negative about him to somebody in a bar, and that would become a thing. Well, guess what? I mean, that's the exact thing that, that people like Howard rail against these days.
It's funny, though, because people have called him out, and he will never respond. He will never respond. He won't acknowledge it. It's just very funny. I'm not here to say that's the right thing or the wrong thing, but he's been hit hard by a few people, some fellow podcasters, radio hosts, even television hosts, how, sort of inauthentic or his sort of woke turn over the last 10 years, never responds.
Well, I understand him not wanting to get into it at his age and now in his place in life, but for him not to respond at all, to me is a violation of what the whole foundation of the Howard Stern brand is. Or was. You know what I mean? Like that's like he says it in the movie. He's like, I just gotta just talk about everything. I just have to let it out. That's the only way this is going to work.
Yeah, not to get on a rant, but I think Howard's no longer in the position of strength. I think back in the 90s, his show was Twitter, his show was Facebook, his show was social media, and he can simply control the narrative. Now, a guy like, let's say, a Joe Rogan could go on a podcast where there's at least data-wise, numerically, so many more downloads, in theory, a ton more listeners, and I just don't think he can control the narrative like he used to. He was social media back in the 90s.
That's a great point.
He no longer has the monopoly on that kind of deal.
That's a great point.
All right, Groo, Italian-American singer Ellie Nora went through a roller coaster of emotions last Thursday after her performance of the UK national anthem didn't go as planned. Ellie Nora received harsh reviews on social media after she stumbled over the lyrics to God Save the King and appeared startled while fidgeting her earpiece ahead of England's 2-1 Euro qualifying win over Italy. In a tearful interview with the Daily Mail, Eleonora apologized to fans and explained that her botched performance was due to technical issues. Quote, I want to say sorry to all the England fans who were at the stadium and watching on TV. I'm mortified for what happened. I want people to know that I wasn't being disrespectful. Just how bad was it? Groo, I'll let you judge. Here's Eleonora singing God Save the Queen. Let's live. I got the visual on my computer.
It's not that bad. I've heard worse renditions of the. I mean, is that considered like the Frank Drebin of?
She said she had problems with the earpiece. Quote: I had the music in my ear, then it stopped and started again. I was hearing it twice, so it meant I was out of sync. It was hard for me to catch up. I was really tried my best to solve the problem, but there was nothing I could do, and I'm so angry about it. So this got me thinking, Groo. Do you love when they bust up the national anthem?
You mean do I find
over the years
funny?
Yeah.
Yes, I think yes. I think. All right, this you want some controversy? Here we go.
Well, here I have a top 10 busted anthms. I could play for you right now.
Yes, go.
All right.
Wait, let me try to guess of some that are on there.
There's got to be one or two for sure that you
okay, definitely Roseanne is on there.
She's on the liner leading into it, so she doesn't make the top 10, but to introduce this segment on local news, they do play Roseanne.
Okay, and there's one. Do you remember the name Curtis Stigers?
I know him, but I don't think he's on here. You can watch it.
He had a bad one. All right, let's hear it.
This is from the Canadian, I think, version of ESPN.
Oh, of course they would shit on our national anthem.
No, they have a couple of Canadians in here too. The one I always think of is Carl Lewis, where his voice cracks.
I remember that.
And he goes, "Wait a minute!" Whoa! So I think
that never happened. That never happened to Nikolai Volkov. His pipes were always top notch.
God bless you, Nikolai.
Yes.
Here's the top 10. Here we go.
Who's that?
I have no idea. It's a baseball game.
She starts out as Whitney Houston and has to segue into Bruce Springsteen. Oh, God. She kind of saved it.
Completely.
All right, that's just the wrong... was still there. Oh, they.
Oh, she walks off.
She looked horrified.
Cab Calloway.
That's Frank Drebin. That's the Frank Drebin. They must have gotten the idea from Cab Calloway. Who's that?
I have no idea.
Is it Nolan Ryan?
I think he teaches science in middle school.
Number 6. Oh, this is going to go real bad. She forgot the words. Ah! Oh, she's a teenage girl. Come on. There you go. Pick it up. Oh
gosh.
Yeah, just end it there.
This one's good.
Oh, yo. I remember that one.
Oh!
she fell. She slipped on the ice.
Oh, poor girl.
Oh, is she? I hope she's okay, like emotionally.
I don't know even the lyrics.
No, that's not even the right tune.
This is great. Carl Lewis.
Oh, yo, my goodness gracious. Just change the key, Carl. All right, he picked it up. He got, yeah. They cheered him. That's nice. What? Is she making it up?
I think so.
Yeah. Is that the librarian from... Oh. Ah! There you go. That's cool. See, I'm good. See, that's see. I like it when they do that. When they're like, "All right, I fucked up. All right, we all know I fucked up. Let me make it right." Instead of like, "Well, it was a bad earpiece and the band didn't sound right and the air and my throat was dry." No, just say you fucked up and move on.
But could that? I mean, did they get a feed in their earpiece? I mean, are they?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that there could be.
Are they singing over a musical bed or even themselves? Like the track?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. It's definitely not an easy thing to do.
It's probably, the technology is so complicated now.
Yeah, but, it happens all the time. Yeah.
Listen, that's an important gig. You need to know your lyrics and you need to make sure you practice and get out
Yes,
there.
but at the same time, reactions to these things, I do think people take the national anthem too seriously, in many cases.
Okay.
So that's why stuff like that is funny.
It is funny, but I still say some of these people, I mean, when you're asking for the words, you've not put in enough time to practice and, get out there and...
Well, oddly enough, I'm going to tell you this very quick story. Just last week, as you know, I was on a trip to Italy with a group of students.
Did you sing the Italian national anthem?
No, but one of our students, when we went to Pompeii, we were in this little amphitheater type thing, and it was all our people. And one of our students got up and got everybody singing our national anthem.
Okay.
Which is probably disrespectful in and of itself to do it in the middle of the ancient ruins of Pompeii, but it was still funny. But he literally had to stand there and Google the lyrics. Now, this is an 11th grade advanced student who needed to Google the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, but he's doing something as a goof versus at a public event.
True. Yes. Well, that's true. But I would hope and think that anyone who at least has been in our country since they could talk should know the lyrics to the national anthem. I certainly do. I don't sing it every day, but if you asked me to do it, I could do it. And I don't understand. People should be able to do that.
Or maybe the next podcast you'll sing the national anthem. Sing us into.
Maybe I will.
Okay, great. Groo, you were a bit of a ball player back in your younger days.
A bit of one, yeah.
Did you ever have a number 2 crisis during an athletic event?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Well, avid runner Tamara Torklinson revealed that she once pooped her pants while running the Long Beach Mountains 2-Beach Marathon in 2018, but still managed to achieve her best running time. Torkelson, who was 31 years old at the time, said that her desire to compete in the 26-mile course came from her new mom energy. The California native said there was nothing unusual going on with her body, no indication that she would soil herself. She did make her own personal record, and this was her first postpartum race, so she was a new mom. It wasn't until the 13th mile goal that Torkelson experienced her number 2 crisis, then when her body requested a spontaneous bathroom break, despite the runner's desire to keep going. I don't know if this is possible to poop while running, but I will try. Hey now. I didn't want one poop to mess it all up. Torkelson was given her answer after she relieved herself in her shorts, built-in underwear. Yeah. It just came out.